Good morning. So day 2 on the Appalachian Trail. Last night I stayed at Black Gap Shelter, and today I'm headed for Hawk Mountain Campground. And it was a good night. It was a good first night. No rain, so wonderful that I could figure out how everything worked without having to deal with pouring rain. Looks like it's going to be a sunny day. It's pretty cool right now, but it's supposed to get warm. Good morning. It's day 3. Last night I stayed at Hawk Mountain Campground. If you can believe it, the sun hasn't yet risen, and there are only 3 people camping here, including me, and I had to wait in line for the privy this morning. It just cracks me up. Anyway, the sun's rising, and I'm doing a time lapse on my GoPro. I hope it turns out. It's really beautiful. My tent is facing east, so I got to watch the sunset over the mountain behind me last night as I was having dinner and doing my camp chores. And this morning I get to lay in bed and watch the sunrise. It's going to be a good day. So yesterday, just to recap, I left Black Gap Shelter, and I was the last to leave. But literally I was walking out with 2 other people. There were 9 of us there at 9:30 in the morning, which is a much earlier start than the day before. It was a beautiful hike. Crossed a lot of streams. Went over several mountains. There were really challenging parts. Long Creek Falls. Oh, that's a beautiful waterfall. I've seen it on other videos, but when you're there, you see stuff you can't see in video. It's just so beautiful. And in fact, the waterfall, from what you see, goes down much further. If I had the time, I would have taken my pack off and just walked all the way up and down and seen every segment of those falls. But it was getting late, and I was trying to get it to the campground before dark. So I looked at the main falls, and it was really pretty. Met some really interesting people, and I'll tell you a bit more about some of them later. But one was Owen, and Owen is raising money to eradicate polio on this hike. And I'm going to put links in the video below so you can go to his YouTube channel, learn about what he's doing, and you may want to support him in that. His passion for making a difference in the world is inspiring. And so I hiked with Owen for a while, and that's amazing in itself because Owen's goal is to finish this trail in 100 days. He plans to do 20 to 25 miles a day, and he's not slow. So the fact that I could hike with him as long as I did, well, it makes me feel proud. Anyway, but more than proud, had a great conversation with him. He's someone who really just sees his life as a speck of dust, and he is determined in that speck to do the most good that he can. And so that's why you guys should go look at the link below and learn about what he's doing and see if you feel inspired to support him in that. Learned a lot about Owen and his wife, and he is bringing a ukulele. I'm just sorry I couldn't keep up with him to hear him play it at night. But he's also been in various plays and musicals. And I've forgotten the name of the play. I'm going to put a comment down below. But he had a solo. And as we were hiking, he sang that. And I consider that the first trail magic I've received. It was really a phenomenal hike, listening to him sing as we went. Anyway, that was Owen, but I met lots of other really interesting people. Met a fellow named Clarence who followed a friend out here to hike, and he is probably the most unprepared hiker I've ever seen. Covered head to toe in cotton. Poor thing. Anyway, he's collecting advice, and hopefully he gets that sorted out and makes it all the way to Maine. But you hear a lot about all the interesting people that you meet, and just saying that isn't enough to really capture how cool it is to hear so many people's stories and what brings them here. So the plan for today, once I get up and have breakfast, is to hike out. I'm hoping to make it to Gooch Shelter today, and I'm thinking Suches the next day, but not entirely sure. Still, I'm only taking it one day at a time, not looking too far ahead. It's 1 degree. So it's a little cool right now, but it's going to get up to something like 14, maybe even 15. That's Celsius. Soon I'm going to learn how to convert and do all this in Fahrenheit.
Who cares about you? Resale value seems pretty trivial too. So I bought my plot, and now I visit the spot from time to time when I feel that I'm getting all mixed up in the old rat race, paying my respects to my final resting place, always untwist the snarls in my soul and mind, when I forget what's important amidst the daily grind. Recently I noticed 2 gravestones present near my own, marked grim and pleasant. Being buried between grim and pleasant has a certain cachet. Now wouldn't you say? Then it's a key thing. One sleepless night I walked to the site, bringing my favorite blanket along with me. I stretched it out over my grave and made a startling discovery. This grave has an incredible view, looking straight up. Starlight, like a millions of light years for me to see. I was struck by the heavens' magnitude and complexity, and I realized I'm a part of that geometry. I never liked the verse that said, "Thus thou art, to dust thou shalt return." Through your energy, interchangeable with light, humanity is dreams, hopes and fears, bliss and melancholy, held together by wisdom, torn apart by folly. There's so much more than dust. The Bible verse should say, instead that miracle thou art, and to mystery thou shalt return. The light from these stars, this light that I'm seeing, started toward me before I came into being. The stars may have died out long before this night. That's a scientific fact. But my light gives off another kind of light, and that light may shine on and on long after the source is gone. And
That was phenomenal. You know, I've heard so much from pass-through hikers about how special it is getting to know other hikers. And I could never really understand that until now. It's so strange how doing a common activity makes you so immediately close, and it's so easy to share the things about your life that make you who you are, and to share the things that are important to you. And it is truly magical the way you can just get to know people so quickly on this trail. And it's really a special kind of magic. And Owen's solo as we hiked through the forest was really what I consider the first piece of trail magic that I've had. It was magical. If you feel inclined, make sure you take a look at the links in the video description and go and support Owen and his cause.